So now we're going to play a game that I made on Scratch that we're going to start making over the next few weeks. So I'm going to turn on my iPad or unlock my iPad, and I'm going to look for the app Scratch Junior. And there it is there. So it's a little cat with a blue on a blue square. So I'm going to click on that app. And I'm going to go to home so that I can look at all the different projects that I've made. Now, you may not have as many projects as me, and that's okay. You might only have one or two, or you might have none at all, but that's okay. So yours might look a little bit different to mine. Now, I'm going to click on the first one here, which is Project 25. So that's the project that I've made. And my project is a little bit of an animation about planting a seed. So it starts with Scratch Cat, and you can see he's holding a seed. And it starts by when I press the green flag, he's going to walk 1, 2, 3 steps forward, say something, and then it's going to change pages. And it's going to go to page 2, which is this one here. So let's touch the green flag and see what happens.
I'm planting a seed.
And you can see it switched to page 2. So now Scratch Cat is on page 2 again, and this time I have a bit of a sprout. And my code here is instructing me to touch Scratch Cat, and that when I touch Scratch Cat, he's going to move forward 1, 2, 3 steps. He's going to say something, and it's going to change to page 3. So let's try and see what happens. I'm going to touch Scratch Cat.
Look, my seed is slowly growing.
And I'm going to go to page 3. Okay. And so now I'm on page 3. And again, my instruction here is touch Scratch Cat. He moves forward 1, 2, 3 steps. My instruction here is touch Scratch Cat. He moves forward 1, 2, 3 steps. He says something, and then it'll go to page 4. So let's have a look at what happens.
It's growing and growing.
And so my last page, touch Scratch Cat. He moves forward 3 steps, and he says something, and then the game ends.
It's now a big, beautiful tree.
So let's see if you can make that animation as well. I'm going to start by clicking on Scratch. And I'm going to go home. And I'm going to create a new project. So I'm going to click on this button here. And you can see this opens up a new screen where I have my cat. And there we go. You can see everything there. Okay, so it's opened up a new screen. Now, the first thing you'll notice is my page is white, so there's no background. So I'm going to need to add a background for my animation. So to add a background, remember we click on the photograph up here. And when I click on that, it opens up my background menu. So I can pick any one of these backgrounds. And since I'm doing an animation about plants growing, I'm going to pick something that's, you know, an environment where a plant would grow. So perhaps like this one, or this one, or even this one, or this one. So I might pick this one here. So when I select it, it goes orange, and then I tick. And you can see now I have the background of my animation. The next thing I want to do is I want to give Scratch Cat an instruction, okay? And I also want to draw him holding a seed. Okay, so there's 2 things I'm going to do here. First, I want to change his costume so it looks like he's holding a seed. And then once I've done that, I'm going to get him, put in a code that explains to him, when I click on you, I want you to do these things. So let's add his seed first. So to change what he looks like, I'm going to go over to his menu over here, and you can see it's for cat. And I'm going to click on the paintbrush button. And you can see there's cat there. And I'm going to draw a seed. Okay. So to do that, I might click on the circle tool. I'll click on the circle tool, this one here in the corner. And then I pick my paint color. And I'm just going to tap on the screen where I want my circle to appear. Okay. I might want to make it a little bit bigger so it looks like it's in his hand. There we go. So now it looks like I've added a bit onto his costume, so it looks like he's holding a seed. When I'm happy with what I've done, I click on the tick. Okay, so you can see now on my costume that Scratch Cat is holding a seed. So pause the video and see if you can draw a seed in Scratch Cat's hand. How did you go with that? All right, now that I have my seed, the next thing I want to do is give my codes or my instructions to Scratch Cat. So what I want him to do first is walk and plant the seed. So put it on the ground or make it look like he's walking and planting the seed. And I want this to happen when I press the green flag. So when I start the game. So in order to put that block in, I'm going to need a special block called an event block. And the event blocks are yellow, and they're these ones over here. So when I click on that, you can see I now have a whole series of event blocks. And the one I need to use is the one that matches this picture here, the green flag. So I'm going to pick it up, drag, and drop it down onto my screen or my pasteboard. So now I've said to Scratch Cat, when I press the green flag, I want you to do something. And the something that I want him to do is walk. And I want him to walk 1, 2, 3 steps forward. So I'm going to click on my blue arrow because this is my move button. Okay, these are the buttons that that tell my character or my Scratch Cat to move. And I want him to move in this direction. All right, so you can see my arrow is pointing the direction, and the number underneath is telling me how many times he's going to move in that direction. So I'm not sure how well you can see it with the lighting, but that says 1. So I'm going to pick that up, drag, and drop that. So now he's going to move 1 spot. And if I want him to move 3 spots, you can see the one there, I can do 2 things. I can add 3 arrows like that, or I can change the number 1 by clicking on it and using my keypad over here to enter the number 3. So now I've said to Scratch Cat, move forward 3 times. So let's test it. There he is. So the green flag clicked and he went 1, 2, 3. We'll have another look. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, so that's our next instruction. So pause the video and add your green flag and your move forward 3 squares blocks. And remember, you can do it like that, or you can do it with 3 arrows like this. Okay, either way is fine. How did you go with that? Okay, now the next part is recording the voice explaining what Scratch Cat is doing. So we know he's ready to plant his seed. And I'm going to want to record my voice so I can hear it as a sound. So the sound blocks are these ones here, and they're green. So when I click on these, you can see I have the pop sound, and then I have this kind of outline of a microphone. And that's the record block. So I'm going to use that to record my voice with the sound. So in order to do that, I click on the block and it opens up my microphone. And I'm going to record my voice saying, I'm going to plant my seed. I'm going to plant my seed. And so I press red to record and tick to finish. And you can see I now have a green microphone block with the number 1 there. So I'm going to pick that one up, drag and drop it next to my move forward blocks. So let's play and see what that does. I'm going to plant my seed. Fabulous. The last thing I want to do is I want my animation to change to another page where I can now see my plant growing. Okay, so that means I'm going to have to add another page. So to add another page, we go all the way over here to our page menu. And you can see at the moment, I've only got page 1. So I want to add another one and I click on this here to add another page. So I'm going to click and you can see now I have another page. And again, I need to add my background. So I choose the same background. And the other thing I'm going to add on this page is a new sprite. But before we do that, let's go back to page 1 and finish this last block of code. So remember in Mrs. K's example, the last block of code had me changing pages. It was a red block and it went to page 2. So I'm going to click on this red block here and you can see now I have an option that says go to page 2. I'm going to pick that one up, drag and drop that there. So pause the video, have a go, add a page first so you've got some